was it to be the son of Shimon Peres?
I think it was very much like every normal family, but with some additional aspects that derived from the fact that he was serving the country, he was serving the government, and he was not much at home. So we had to grow up by example. So we could see what he's doing, we could see what he believed in. And the fact that he served a great cause was for us a model, and also an understanding that the fact that he's not at home is not because he's having fun or traveling for himself, but it is because he's doing something important for his country. 1 second, I'll move aside. Yeah. So it was living in a normal house. The family is very modest. But I always knew that he's serving a great cause. So it made me very, very proud. But what we had in our childhood is that we had less face-to-face time with our father. So that was a little bit sacrifice for us. But we knew that he's doing important things. So it was okay.
And talking about serving,
yes,
you served during 10 years in the IDF as a pilot.
Yes.
Why did you give 10 years of your life to the army, and what lesson can you share with us about this experience?
Yes, serving in the military service in Israel is very important for our society because Israel needs to be strong militarily. And I wanted to contribute to my country. And when I was drafted to military service, we had some meetings with different officers, and one of them was from the Air Force. In order for the Israeli Air Force to be strong, the Air Force needs to have the best people available. So his advice was, you should try, and if you have the skills to become a pilot, then your contribution to your service will be significant. So that's why I decided to submit my candidacy to the flight course, and I was drafted, and luckily I graduated, and I served for 10 years as a pilot in the Israeli Air Force. And I think it was a great experience. You learn a lot in this service. You have tremendous responsibility. You deal with very advanced systems. You serve with people that are really, really outstanding people. So you make a lot of friends. And you know that you are serving your country, and that what you do is significant and important. So I think it was a great experience. And if I had to do it again, I would do it again.
And what was the lesson you drew from it?
So I think what you learn is that there is a greater potential inside of you, that you can do things that sometimes you feel that maybe it's impossible for you. But they teach you how to bring the utmost from yourself. And another thing that I learned in the Air Force is that you have to be very, very honest with yourself. So every time you complete a mission, you have to do a briefing and discuss with your colleagues what you did not do good enough, so you can improve next time. And it's important to be very, very honest with yourself, because if you will not be honest with yourself, you will not learn from your mistakes. And if you don't learn from your mistakes, it may cost you your life. So for me, it was a lesson for my whole life. I always ask myself, what have I done that is not good enough, or what mistakes I made and how I can learn from it and how I can improve myself. And I think this is something that is contributing to the rest of your life, to improve yourself and excel and make everything you do better and safer.
Wonderful. And you are also the founder of Pitango. And the question is, why did you decide to be in finance and technology instead of government and politics?
Yeah, so in government and politics, I decided that I will not get into this field as long as my father is active, because it is a very small country, and I thought that he should have the freedom to operate, as his contribution is outstanding. And I thought that it's enough in a small country to have one family member, and it would be more simple. But I thought also that the next frontier for Israel will be in the area of economy. Israel became very strong militarily thanks to my father's work. But I believe that after we became strong militarily, we should focus on building our economy, because without a strong economy, Israel will not survive. And I believe that our economy and our future depends on our ability to innovate and to develop new technologies. And so I decided to focus and serve my country through strengthening the economy. And as a result, I decided to focus on building companies with entrepreneurs, global enterprises, and drive investors to come to Israel and to build operations in Israel. And I think that we have done a fairly good job in the last 25 years. We reached a point where we have 6,000 companies in Israel, startup companies from early stages to advanced stages. And I believe that in the future, science, technology, and innovation will be more important than anything that we do in our lives. And this is the field that I focus on. And I felt that sometimes you can be very effective and you can contribute to your country by doing this kind of work. And there are many other politicians or government members that their ability to really add value to Israel is limited. The fact that they are in government doesn't mean that they're effective. And there is a lot of room to contribute to your country, not in the frame of governments.
I understand. You are also the head of the Peres Center for Peace. What has the Peres Center for Peace achieved, in your opinion?
So the Peres Center for Peace and Innovation that I'm chairing is focusing on two things. First of all, it focuses on bringing people together from Israel and from the Middle East to get to know each other. And through the last 21, 22 years, we've done tremendous number of projects where we bring young people to come together and work together and build projects together. And I think that the Peres Center has contributed a lot to many, many people on both sides to just learn how to get to know each other, make friends, work together, and build a joint future. Because at the end of the day, we are part of the Middle East and we need to live with our neighbors. The second thing that we focus on is, so if you want things that we achieved, so we had programs in football, for example, that tens of thousands of children, Arabs and Jews, played together and made friends, and they stayed friends over the years. We brought to Israel over 10,000 children from the Arab community, from the Palestinian community, for life-saving treatments in Israeli hospitals. So we have done a lot in agriculture, in healthcare, sports, and in business. So that's one thing. We call it to privatize the peace process, bringing people together, because my father said that the peace process cannot be done only by the leaders. It also should be done by the people. And the Peres Center is the greatest contributor to privatize the peace process. The second thing that we're doing is we are promoting innovation as a platform to shape a better future for Israel and to shape a better future for the region. And the Peres Center for Peace is also focusing on innovation, where we are inspiring the young generation to shape a better future. We believe that the future of the Middle East will be based on its ability to grow its economy. And so we foster collaboration between entrepreneurs and investors to build innovation projects together in the Middle East and take the concept of startup nation to the region and make it a startup region, which means to bring more global companies to invest in the region and to build more incubators and accelerators and give opportunity for the young generation in the Middle East to build a better economy and a better future for themselves and for us. So that is what the center is doing. The center is a non-for-profit organization. It raises money from donors from around the world. And we focus on young generation. We focus on peace-building activities. And we focus on innovation as a way to shape a better future.
Yes, thank you. Why are you in Mexico, Mr. Peres? And what is your lecture about?
I am in Mexico as a guest in the business conference organized by Miguel
Alemán Velasco.
Aleman, yes. It's a conference that my father participated in previous years.
Yes, I was there in Guadalajara.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And we continue the partnership and the relationship for the benefit of Mexico and for the benefit of Israel. We are developing what we call innovation affairs. We believe that Mexico has a very good future, and it needs to focus on innovation, and it can be a leading country in the Latin America area. And there is a lot of room for collaboration between Israel and Mexico. We can share the experience that we had in Israel, how to build the startup and the entrepreneurship ecosystem. And I hope that from now on, every year, we'll participate in this conference and we'll bring more Mexican people to Israel and more Israelis to Mexico, and strengthen the relationship for the benefit of our two countries. I think in today's world, every country, regardless of its size, regardless of its wealth, should understand that the future is in science and technology. And that is what I've been lecturing about. I spoke with a young group of the future of Mexico, and I participated in the panel. And what I'm saying is that the vision is that the world is moving to a new era where science and technology will be the source of greatness. Not come from the land, and it will not come from natural resources. It will come from your ability to innovate, and therefore you need to focus on the young generation, and you need to build regulation and the climate, business climate, to endorse entrepreneurs to build technology companies and innovative companies. If you do that, you have a great future for your country. And as a matter of fact, for the first time in history, when you focus on innovation, countries can be great, not on the account of others. There is no reason anymore to go to war, because whatever you need, water or energy or food, can be created with innovation and not be obtained by war and by bloodshed. So I spoke about that, and I gave as an example that out of the 10 most valuable companies in the United States, 7 of them are technology companies, not oil and gas, not natural resources, not financing or real estate. The biggest companies in every country in the future will be technology companies, and therefore it is important for Mexico and for Israel to focus on innovation and to collaborate. That is the reason I'm here, and it was a great event, a very powerful event, and I believe that we formed a partnership that will continue for years to come.
Yes, what are the joint projects you have achieved in this summit?
Specifically, I did not come to achieve any specific projects, but to get to know people and to tell the story of Israel and learn more about Mexico. And slowly, we will continue to develop what was already started. We want to see more entrepreneurs from both sides travel and getting to know each other. We want to see investors from Mexico coming to Israel, and high-tech companies from Israel coming to Mexico. And I think that the potential to develop projects, from what I've learned from this conference, is fantastic. And I think we need to foster this partnership and build it. And I believe that year by year, we'll have more and more joint projects. But I already discovered a group of people in Mexico that are interested, already expressed an interest to invest in Israel and to learn from Israel how to become more innovative, how to build funds, how to build startups, how to build a successful ecosystem.
Who did you invite to Israel?
I cannot say names, but I met with people from the business community, and I'm sure that some of them already told me that they will come, but of course it's private names, so I don't know if I can say. Of course, I learned from my father a lot. I learned from my father to dream, to imagine, to think about the future, and to serve a great cause.